Okay, nzijukiza ku kyaliwo the fateful day on 25th. Okubalumba kwali kuti how was the attack? What happened on that day?
Attack that day, as Ugandan troops tukolaga na Majje gawa gere Somalia. Tubayigiriza, many times there even some troops are brought to Uganda here for training. To keep them with the knowledge how to guard themselves in case with the time Uganda will leave. Tuba training, so to vera nabochi kumpi. So on that day, the very persons who were training Kuchisawe, I don't know how they managed to get guns because guns are not allowed by those guys inside. We were trying to tendeka Kuchisawe airport operators. Emundu semanyo baba sinikinga batya mu
training.
Mu airport. During lunch hours tugenda kulia mugondi mu eating place. Bo nga bagenda bambala uniform, picked guns.
Bano be mwali mu training?
Yes.
Okay.
Picked guns, came to the canteen. Eating place, how do we, not a canteen?
A restaurant?
Not a restaurant, but eating place actually. Okay. It is a hall where all of you upon lunch approaching, all of you go for.
Okay.
But even if you're eating, you have your gun here and somebody starts shooting, there is no way you can pick this. Only try to take cover to protect yourself. And they stood on different entry points. For what? Doors.
Yeah.
Two this way, two here, two that side, two the other side. All took over those doors. They started shooting randomly inside people who are eating. So until there are some soldiers who were coming from outside, they are the ones who helped to hit some people here so that others couldn't therefore. But those ones who were already inside the house, inside the eating place, many lost their lives in that attack.
And these were UPDF soldiers?
Soldiers.
Okay. Temwalimu bagundi balala?
Temwalimu.
Okay, bali strictly UPDF in the eating place?
Yeah, UPDF wuli gundi, wuli insi. Erina eating place
okay, erije mugenda ku Somalia. Okay. So abatasa wavayo
where others were coming for lunch. Upon seeing shootings towards these ones who helped and shot these ones this way, shot those ones that side, but the other side, they ran and hid themselves in a trench.
How did you survive that, Oparm?
Uganda y'enkya.
Mbaniriza nnyo abali ku mukutu ogwa Uganda ey'enkya era mwebale kutugoberera ssaako n'okutuwa obubaka obw'enjawulo obutuzzaamu amanyi ssaako n'okugoberera embeera egenda mu maaso mu ggwanga Uganda. Nze muzzukulu wa Gabo nga Moses Wamala. Olwayo tugenda ate kubaamuko mu mboozi ey'akafubo n'omukulu omunnamagye yazirwana kuba yagendako mu ggwanga erya Somalia cooperation nga bwe tuzze tuziraba mwaka gwa 2014. Naye alina emboozi gy'ayagala ate okututottolera engeri gye yagendayo ate n'afuna obuzibu ajja kubeera nga tuwa details naye as we speak oba nga wetwogera kaakati agamba nti okuva bwe yafuna obuzibu obwo bwe yafuna ndooza kwali kulumbibwa. Yes, baalumbibwa ba Al-Shabaab but n'afuna obuzibu bw'amaanyi nnyo okutuuka n'essaawa eno ng'akyalumizibwa. Ye kyagamba nti abakulu tebamuyambye abali mu bukulembeze oba mu buyinza. Binjo byagenda okututottolera ate tulyoke tutegeere emboozi ye ate tukkiriza nti abakulembeze oba bonna bekikwatako bajja kusobola okugonjoola ekizibu kino. Muzeeyi tukwaniriza nnyo amanya n'eddoboozi. Gwani amanya ssebo?
Bampita Warrant Officer 2 Oparm Ronald.
Warrant Officer 2 Oparm Ronald. Olina emyaka emeka?
Nemyaka 48.
48. Oli mutuuze waawo abakuzaala owangaalirawa?
Banzaala Tororo. Naye saawa eno mpangalira Ntebe.
Okay.
Naye emirimu gyange ngikolera Soroti.
Okolera Soroti. Ejamagye eyo gye?
Ejamagye.
Okay, eyo gy'okolera mu barracks eyo gy'oli oba?
Mu kale it is a Air Force Wing, Soroti Air Force Wing.
Amagye wagayingira mwaka ki?
1999.
Omuntu ayinza okwebuuza ng'ekikuyingiza amagye nga intentions ezaali zikuyingiza amagye kuba buli omu ayingira ekintu with intention ez'enjawulo?
Well, mu budde obwo waaliwo obwetaavu obwa Air Force personnel okukola mu bitongole ebyenjawulo. So ne balanga ku UBC, then it was UTV.
Okay.
We sent in our applications ne baturecruiting nga bagenda okukola emirimu gya government.
So wagayingira after okulaba engeri gy'oyingiramu amagye wamala kulaba kirango ku UTV.
Yes, ne ku radio.
Okay. Naye nga mu branch oba mu gundi ya Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force, exactly. It was intended for Air Force recruitment.
Oh, okay. Ekitegeeza kuva 1999 mwezi ogw'omusanvu okutuusa kati.
Yes, sir.
Njagala tugende butereevu ku nsonga eri naye first things first, amagye bwe wayingira mu department oba mu branch ya Air Force embeera wagisanga oti how was the situation up to now, up to date?
Well,
tonafuna buzibu bwonna
wano mu Uganda amagye gabadde gakyasinza okwenyumirizibwamu ng'ogayingidde ye Air Force kuba inako some benefits okusingako other units. Koze bulungi namaliriza basic course in 2000 ne bantwala ebweru mu Israel nenkola course as a technician on MiG-21 ne tukoma from that time nenkola paka mu mwaka gwa 2010 when I changing anenzira mu meteorology nensoma emyaka ebiri 2011 nentandika okukola emirimu gyanga weather forecaster.
Yes, yeah.
Nga nvudde mu bya technical service. Kati ne wabeerawo bwetaavu okutwala abasirikale Somalia.
Yeah.
Nga Air Force, there are very many departments they batwalayo. So for my case was to give weather forecast for landing aircrafts wherever needed for evacuation of the casualties, deployment, aerial deployments, and dispatching food items.
So gwe Somalia ogendayo mwaka ki?
2014 mu September.
2014 September wali recruited as a meteorologist.
Yes, for that mission. Ne tukola nabeerayo emyezi esatu nga that's called it advance party before the main group came in November. Ne batandika otubala general.
So go okugendayo ddala wali kwagendayo mwezi ki?
Mu September.
Okay.
Yes, as advance party. There is what we call advance party for orientation.
Okay.
So that the outgoing contingent balaga ekyokukola before the main body comes so that you take over. Katingam department agenda omu. But we were supposed to be 4.
Well, muteekeddwa kubeera bana.
So that since I was knowledgeable in that field, nalinga nsolo ogenda bali bambudde what I'm supposed to do, areas of concern. Then when my colleagues come, nembalaga ekyokola ne tukolera wamu.
So mu kibinja ekyo ekyagenda mu September gwe meteorologist oba wali omu?
Nali omu.
Okay. Yes, bw'otuuka eyo bwe mutuuka mu Somalia kati tumaze kyewandise orientation biki bye mugenda okubeera nga mukola byonna bw'otuuka eyo obuzibu obufuna otya era kiki ekyaliwo?
Kati main body emaze okutuuka mu November, by 1st December ne tubanga kati fenna the whole contingent emaze okutuuka. Kati on 25th December on Christmas Day itself, Al-Shabaab netulumba ku base camp. 2014 December 25th.
Okay.
Ne batulumba during lunch hours. Ne batukuba. Many people lost their lives. Okuli ne yali doctor wa president was a Kano. N'abantu abalala they lost their lives.
Yali doctor, okay, yali doctor wa President Museveni.
Yes, nga tebana mutwala for that mission. Yes, but
okay.
Unfortunately, he was killed in the attack. Then ne tubeera mu buzibu for that day. Kati nga Air Force twaddayo in our area of residence. Ate ffe tuliranye n'ennyanja, the Indian Ocean. Kati our commanders ne bagamba, you people, you've seen what has happened during daytime. So it is possible that Al-Shabaab can use this route into the water to come and attack our residents. So we don't have enough security around our area of residence. So we should organize within ourselves to take a guard unit guard and patrol unit, so that in case of anything, you are able to alert others. Netulubanga tusobola okukolaki okwerwanako in case. So after finishing, we agreed, and the deployment started the next day on the 26th. Netutandika okukola such guard and patrol movements around our area of residence. On the fateful day, mba ngenze ku kisaawe mmaze okukola emirimu gyange
ku kisaawe
ekya Mogadishu
okay.
International Airport.
Okay.
Mmaze okukola tudda saawa 11 12 kuba we are the ones who opened the airport. Again, we are the ones to close after ascertaining there are no more aircrafts landing or taking off, because we have to give them weather information either to land or to take off. Okutuuka mu our area of residence, nsanga ku list I was the guard and patrol commander that day, because we had already agreed upon. I had to take supper, mobilize my people with whom I'm going to work in conjunction with the Marine, because Marine we interface.
Yes.
But they know much about water. For us, we know much about
Weather.
Yeah. So we did the work. While at around 2 a.m.
in the morning.
25.
26. Okay.
Nembanga, since I'm the guard commander, nga nina okuchekingako other sentry points, okuchekinga whether the abantu nataddeyo are they alert. Ate where we work nga waliwo ebisakasaka. Ebisakasaka ebyo tewali light, nti you are able to see where you are going, and no light, either torch you are allowed to move around with, because this is area of operation. Kati by coincidence nengwa mu trench. A trench eyo mulima gayinja okay, it was an abandoned pit latrine. Since it was not being used, ne basuulamu ebintu to relatively try to cover it up. Nengwamu. Wengwamu, but of course tokuba endulu. I tried to mobilize myself from there. Then again okwesanga nga the leg had twisted beyond the normal position. I did not realize, since it was at the moment, I did not realize the impact of the twist. I mobilized myself back to the house. Nenga bali maze okolaje okuba checking. The next morning, nempuliranga okugulu kunnuma kumpisa bubi.
Twist bwe yaliwo didn't you get any difficulty in walking?
At that moment, I didn't feel it, because these are tendons and ligaments. If it was a bone, I would have felt it.
Okay,
if
yes.
it was the muscles, I would have felt it. But these are ligaments and tendons. In case they are destroyed or fractured, you don't feel it there and then. So nembera awo nengenda enkera ku level 2 hospital within Mogadishu, our camp. Ne bacheckinga, they didn't have machines to take x-ray. They gave me some painkillers, on which I survived for the first day, second day. Third day it was worse. I went back. Ne bampaako era eddagala erisingako liri.
Okay.
Nembera kweryo basibyewo bandage. Little did I know that the damaged ligaments and tendons were worsening. Nembera awo naye nga ngenda nembagamba okugulu kwasize wekuti ne bakuwa eddagala ne bampa eddagala. I come back like that until, since these people were just coming, nga sina kuvaawo without giving them full knowledge of the orientation I'd gotten from my outgoing colleagues. Name surviving in such a hard way. Paka miezi 4. It went beyond. The leg started swelling beyond. Even my trouser could not fit in. I was hospitalized in that level 2 hospital in Mogadishu. Nemberayo for 1 week. It went beyond. So the unit hospital gave me a transfer to a gazetted hospital, UN gazetted hospital in Nairobi, which is Mata Hospital. Upon reaching there on 29th, they took me for scan. They found out it was rotting. The next day they took me to the theater and they operated. What they did was called grafting, removing some destroyed ligaments, and then they grafted. Grafting, that is within their language, the medical language. I stayed there for 2 weeks while mobilizing mobilizing myself for that operation which had been taken. Of course, you don't stay there to heal from there. You create room for other, in fact, in case there are other casualties. So I was there for 3 weeks. They referred me back to Uganda. I asked them, what about my duty now? They said, here you were sent by 2015 now.
2015.
2015.
Okay.
Mwezi gwa kutaano. Ne bangamba, we can't take you back to Mogadishu.
Yes.
Why will I go back to Uganda? Tukuwadde off-sheet leave miezi mukaga. If your time still of operation will be still ongoing, you will now be able to
come back or come out.
Okudda kugenda wa
Mogadishu.
But since our operation time was still ending in November, and that's the very November which they had given me for that sick leave from May to November.
Okay. Ngati operation jemwali mugenzeko yali eggwa
for our contingent.
Yes.
Ngegwako mu November. But before November, the leg swelled before again as if it had never been operated. I had to be called back to Nairobi. Again, I stayed there for another 1 week. They communicated with with African Union Center or headquarters that this person has come back with this complication. Is he still within the time of operation? Because they can't operate on you. Who is going to pay for that expense? If you are still within that program, they treat you knowing the UN or African Union will cater for such. Eventually, I reached at around 8 in the morning. I was re-hospitalized at 3 p.m. Well, for that period of time, they were doing consultations with African Union. Upon realizing that my time was still ongoing, I was readmitted. Then I was sent back to Uganda. But from that time, from May to that period of time, I was not helped by any assistance from Ugandan government. Either from Bombo. I have documents which show that whenever I could go to Bombo, medication which have been prescribed for out of stock. I could then
so oluvanyuma lwa treatments ziri eri from Nairobi okugira ng'oli Nairobi kuba kimanja okubuuza nti waneno tebakutreatingirawo oko
tebampa na I managed myself tebampa not at all.
So wagendanga ebombo mu
barracks military hospital nga whatever they prescribe for medicine okutuuka mu pharmacy out of stock kati ndi mu bulumi nga I have to mobilize money to Gandhi because it's my life nga I could do that kati paka sente bwezanzigwako neneewola sente za mikwano jange relatives.
So still that is 2015. Okay.
I mobilized money from my relatives, my friends, up to money lenders gave me their money I used. Hoping my period, this other period of time from May to November, my money will come and be able to pay those persons.
So kati wali mu off-sheet leave wewe je walimu?
Yes.
Wali wakozesa gundi weweolera sente?
Muneolera sente.
Okufuna further treatment?
Yes, kuba Bombo sina kinafunayo.
Kati ziriya treatments endalani yali aziketaringa for Kenya, Mogadishu?
That is the African Union.
African Union.
Yes.
Okay, nzijukiza ku kyaliwo the fateful day on 25th. Okubalumba kwali kuti how was the attack? What happened on that day?
Attack that day, as Ugandan troops tukolagana n'amagye gawa gere Somalia. Tubayigiriza, many times they even some troops are brought to Uganda here for training. To equip them with the knowledge how to guard themselves in case with the time Uganda will leave. Tuba training so tubera nabo ki kumpi. So on that day the very persons who were training ku Kisawe, I don't know how they managed to get guns, because guns are not allowed by those guys
abantu be bali batendeka
banayi fwe twali tutendeka nga Kisawe airport operators emundu simanyo baba sneaking batya mu
training
mu airport. During lunch hours tugenda kulya mu gondi mu eating place, bo nga bagenda bambala uniform, picked guns.
Bano be mwali mu training?
Yes.
Okay.
Picked guns, came to the canteen. Eating place, how do we, not a canteen?
A restaurant?
Not a restaurant, but eating place actually. Okay. It is a hall where all of you upon lunch approaching, all of you go for.
Okay.
But even if you're eating, you have your gun here, and somebody starts shooting, there is no way you can pick this. Only try to take cover to protect yourself. And they stood on different entry points. For what? Doors.
Yeah.
Two this way, two here, two that side, two the other side. All took over those doors. They started shooting randomly inside people who are eating. So until there are some soldiers who were coming from outside, they are the ones who helped to hit some people here so that others couldn't therefore. But those ones who were already inside the house, inside the eating place, many lost their lives in that attack.
And these were UPDF soldiers?
Soldiers.
Okay. Temwalimu bagundi balala?
Temwalimu.
Okay, bali strictly UPDF in the eating place?
Yeah, UPDF wuli gundi, wuli insi. Erina eating place
yayo. Okay, erije mugenda ku Somalia. Okay. So abatasa wavayo
where others were coming for lunch. Upon seeing shootings towards these ones who helped and shot these ones this way, shot those on that side, but the other side, they ran and hid themselves in a trench.
How did you survive that, Oparm?
That one, well, had not gone for lunch.
Ogwe walito natuka mu eating place, walito limu?
Sitsali
okay, wali ku emuku timu yali ene marriage?
Echali, of course, tugenda muchi mu mpalo. You go and eat, come and sit here, I also go and eat, so that we don't leave the office unattended to.
Bantu bameka approximately the casualties w'abantu abafa balinga bano?
Out of that state of confusion, naye nga okuwulirako people who were killed there and then were many, which I can't tell you the number now.
Okay.
But casualties were also many. Others were dying while being repatriated to.
So, omuntu achimanye, I need our audience to understand you didn't get this accident from that incident.
As a result of shooting, but I got it as a result of protecting our area of residence.
Still, that's
within operation.
Still, that was on 25th.
26th.
26th. Okay, this incident.
25th, we did what? We sat in a meeting to agree how we are going to operate. I mean, to protect ourselves from the external.
Okay, did you hold the meeting after this incident?
Exactly, that the very evening.
Okay.
Upon leaving the airport, we went back, convened, and came up with such a solution.
Oh, so for you, got in this accident the following day?
While I was patrolling.
Okay.
And patrolling around our area of residence.
Okay, you are implementing what you had discussed the day before or yesterday. Okay,
exactly.
Very good. Tukome waneno, yes, oli kati mu Uganda after Kenya na bichi, waneno gezaako okunonya Buyambi, ogenze ebombo, ogenze wa. So ogenda mu ba money lenders be bakuyamba ne bakuwola.
Give me their money.
So ojja wano mu Uganda olemerera ogenda mu bombo military barracks hospital.
Yes.
Naye nga everything is out of stock.
Out of stock.
Chechadirira ba money lenders like chichi wabawa
kato okusoka
nga omusingo
okusoka nga nemereddwa okufuna obuyambi eri nengenda ku account yange nga my colleagues bafunye message nti sente zaffe bazikoze ki bazisasudde nze okutuuka ku account nga sirinaako ki sente nembuuza what has happened. Mbuza ba banka ne bangamba they stopped remitting your money.
Ogenda mu banka mwezi chogo?
Mwezi gwa mukaaga
2015. Okay.
Nga tekuli sente.
Ekinenga giri eri ejemabega jali zalingayo zali zijja.
Zajja nazo era mulundi gumu. Nenzijjayo nenzikozesa era mu bulwadde neziggwawo. there were other requirements nazo nenzikosaako ezasigalawo nenkosaako nezigwako ebigenda mu bali okukola okwewola kati ntuuka mu banka bangamba your money stopped to be remitted here mwezi gwa kutaano
May
like
wagendera mu leave.
Yes, nengamba nsonga ne bagamba for them they don't know kwe kugenda bombo while I went for treatment nengenda wa Amisom coordinator okumubuuza what has happened.
Yeah.
Yet yangamba nti I was striked off strength. Nemubuuza the reason why. Nangamba tombuuza. I've told you were striked off strength.
That is Amisom coordinator.
Amisom coordinator.
Okay.
Yangamba. But because nali helpless, I mobilized myself on my two clutches. Nenvaayo. Nenzira Entebbe. Nempandika a letter, my submission to the then Inspector General of UPDF stroke Deputy CDF who was Lieutenant General Angina. I have even the document there on which I wrote to him.
Okay.
This one.
Yes. This is to the Deputy CDF request for intervention, 15th May 2016.
2016.
Yes. Okay.
In return, he wrote this document.
Okay.
Ngajiwandikira Command Land Forces.
Okay, Kuwenu yalimu request for intervention sustained serious injuries as a result of base camp attack on 25th December by Al-Shabaab, where the Deputy Air Force Commander introduced night duties at and around Air Force Camp. Okay, byonna binanga bwobadde obinyonyodde.
Yes.
Very good. Kati eno yali response ya DCDF oba deputy?
Deputy yeno.
Eno ya deputy?
A deputy. Era you can see.
Okay, yeah.
Angina. Kati eno ngajiwandikira Command Land Forces. Which Command Land Forces ye yawandika eno ngawandikira Amisom coordinator to retrieve that message which depicts that I was striked off strength, that did not qualify me to be paid. But up to now they don't have that message.
Okay, this is to propose for retrieval of the SOS message, establishment of the BG medical forms, and whether the injury was ever reported to the medical board. So, okay, was it reported?
It was reported. I reported.
Okay. In the case that, okay, what you call a formal, like you reported formal.
Everything.
Okay.
Because
in the case that the medical board has no history of the injury, the soldier should submit the medical papers to the medical board for consideration and assessment. Okay.
This is what Afandangina wrote to them. Study this complaint and link up with all the concerned. And
yes.
On the best caption of action, cause
yes,
of action.
Considering kweno yes, very good. Abagamba bajigoberere.
You know, this one now instructs the command, the coordinator to retrieve that message. Yanyimisa Sente. Naddukayo mugundi mu operation. I was given a leave, a compassionate leave, and I didn't report back. Oba nalina bulwadde wange which I went with mu operation kati nga busituse buto oba obuzibu nabufunira mu operation nga kyenjagala bakikoleki bakijje, but they didn't do anything to help me in that.
So there was no further response.
Nothing
in regards to this, like there's no ebaluwa gwe wajiwandika neera neba acknowledging a receipt of it.
Yes.
So kakati
nalwana nnyo okufunako copy and baali baganya okumpa embombo, but I worked out with my knowledge ne bampaako ezo copy.
So kati what followed? Waki ekyaddako after this?
Ekyaddako ne bangamba we are going to follow up your things to see to it that you are paid. Era I kept on moving back. Naye until I reached a time ne bangoba nga tebaagala kundaba mu offices zaabwe.
By that time ani yali CDF?
CDF was still Afandeka nani Katumba.
Katumba Wamala, did you ever meet him?
Nagenda yo mu office nasanga Kano who was his ADC yangana okuyingirayo yangana
ensonga zo Kano yali azimanyiko oyo
most likely yali azimanyiko kati nga n'omwana omuyambi like a chief clerk mu office ye yakimanyako the intention why these people did it the other side nangamba ebintu byo nali mbigobera nga tukyali Mogadishu naye wabula ebintu byo birimu obuzibuzibu yakoma tiyayongerako kirala
kitwambuza buzibu wali
ate mubuuze eki could not tell me mu maaso gaani mukulu
so that was
in the office of the CDF
Mbuya
okay. And I come out, they did not allow me to go and see him nenzira Entebbe nembeerawo ebbanga ne liita I got still nga mpulira obulumi ngamba nkole ntya abantu abammanja bandi bubi nange mwennyini mpulira nga embeera si nnungi ntegala buyambi sente zenfuna could not sustain me with the family at the end of it still ngule ku ddagala emmere treatment y'abaana in case nga ntono
Tinenga wali all the other time for the money lenders, for the case of money lenders, toina chintu choba oba.
Ekyo nali nabo my ATM card. Nga whenever salary comes, they go and withdraw bampako by banumidwa nnyo. Gamba kola ki?
Okusente mekazi wewola mu ba money lenders.
Money lenders kati mu budde buno saawe esente zambuse because of the interest rate. By that time it was around 14 million by 2017 okutuuka 2019
achangamba initially zewewola zali mmeka zewewola
zali
14 million so tewagenda walala wona kuongerako ku that date
ezo za money lender it was that naye my friends aba bolanga consent ngamanyi upon this money coming nja kubamba sasa
zo zali mmeka za mikwano jjo jonna so kujukira amount wa figure
it was around
8 million
kuba it was tense okugulunga ku nemeredde
so
techampaliza n'okuddayo Nairobi nga biganye
so roughly that is 20 million initially
around 22 that's not call it 22
22 million nga tetutaddeko the interest rate of the money lenders kakati ba money lenders because the interest has grown buli kimu kigrowing
sente nyingi sawa
tutune documentation endala zino it's confirmed into awandikira abakulu bekikwatako biche bidala the documentation chetuza these are yes ndabasi eza malwaliro
mweziri
so after this you didn't write any further letter work following up
na wandika still katnempandikira the president.
Yes, so mu 2016 you didn't write 2017 2018
unalinga ninze ko ngere bali bangambe nti they are working on my things nga ninze gave them time to work on the things ne byona binanga bikoze echi
so from May 15th 2016 ngocha gumikiriza okay so no wandikira president this is so tuna document in okay waji wadamu kuandika before like writing to the president when ya president ya 2020 July.
Okay. And your parliament ya 20 ya September as if
this is October 2020
katnageza ko ne era nenkozesa ko Mr. M Serwadda and advocate companies era nayo nabakola ki nawandika natwali himself to
so wagenda ne bunamate okay mu banamateka
yes
okay
ne tubatwalde ebaluwa nera still they paid the deaf yeah
okay kwa ndaba okusinzira like demand for compensation kuva mu M Seradan company advocates wali unfortunately however the unknown reasons our client is monthly salary of USD 800 okay bali bakusasula $800
820 plus hand cash of 100 which comes to 920
Okay.
per month.
Per month.
Yes.
So
Time
mission
is 6 months.
Eri mission gye mwagendako oba gye waliko eyali mu Somalia, you are paid, you had to be paid like 920.
920.
920
Per month.
Okay, per month. Okay. Okay, roughly 3.2 M roughly
Yes.
every month.
Every month.
Okay, so bakusasulako bwe wagenderayo September.
September tebampa. September
Okay.
tebampa.
Okay.
No October tebampa. Ni November.
Nga lwaki?
I don't understand the reason why. Son.
Yakuba already wali ku duty
Nali ku
through
duty.
orientation and what?
Ezo tebazimpa.
Ekinaye nga zaali nga zijjako like in
It
case.
must, because whenever you report that operation, you are captured on the payroll. There and then.
Kuba oba otuuse mu
Over to
operation.
some operation.
So September, October,
And November.
November.
No given. Was not given.
So batandika kusasula initially
December.
mu December.
Paka mwezi gwa kutaano.
Abalala abaaliyo be wali nabo mu operation bo, like, did you follow up, were they paid during those months?
That one I could not actually ascertain.
Okay. So oyise mu bannamateeka Serwada and Company Advocates, okay, was cut off. He did not receive his salary from June to November. This is 2015. Nenga tugasseeko ne ziri September, October, November. Thus increasing our client's anxiety and stress, as well accumulating medical bills. This, together with your continued ignore of our client requests for money, forced him to take out a loan of 13 million, of which he used over 10 millions, okay, for treatment and clearing some pending medical bills. Our client is in a state of hopelessness and his family is suffering. Okay, Nyagundi, will therefore take serious notice that within 14 days you should pay to our client a sum of emitwalo ena mu kanaana $.
That is compensation.
Compensation of everything.
Leave alone this money I'm asking for. Because once you get
of this
injuries, they look at the gravity of the injury and they give you, which I have even from this letters from the Convention of the African Union. They stipulate what one supposed to. Yes, njirina one.
Kubanga sinagenda kuya Right Honorable Speaker ne ya President. I want to follow up everything, documentation nga bwe zitambula.
The amount of compensation you pay for injury.
Gandabe. This is the movement of personnel. Okay, zino wazigattawa movement of personnel request. Okay. Okay, eriweri.
You know one. You can look at this D.
Okay. This is the amount of compensation payable for injury, illness, or death of an individual, including for the types of loss and expenses described in subparagraph ebidiyeri waggulu. It is $50,000 provided. However, that within such limitation, the actual amount is to be determined by reference to local compensation standards. So akati batuuka batya ku mitwalo, mutuuka mutate ku mitwalo ena kanaana from emitwalo etaano.
Kwegamba, if somebody is completely, the leg is cut off, oyo ayinza okuweza ataano.
Okay.
Mitwalo etaano. But this one was more, actually relatively, because I could not mobilize myself on the leg.
Okay.
So he just came up with that figure, putting together so that they understand what it means.
So Waneno, this is African Union, or this is United Nations, African Union missions.
Yes.
Boba
that is a convention. If you read through that leaf note, you will find out everything is embedded there. Which other casualties, upon going to such medical hospitals, they plaque out this one, not to make the patient know his rights. Okay. But they were surprised to see that I retained this one.
Oh, abatero funa obuzibu okola kutye.
Tibabera na lupapula luno. Beranze banebuza nokwebuza, where did you get this?
Obuliko cost evaluation.
Yes,
okay.
Banebuza nokunebuza, where did you get it?
Okay.
Ne because me nze byange nalibyo nayo nanga mbikola ki mbifuira ko.
Ebbaluwa eno gijjawa lakwe
Mogadishu.
Okay, jibagikuwere mu mazafuna.
Tovaayo nga tebagikuwadde eyo. Everything, movement on which aircraft you are going to use, hospital kimwogenda, bina biri omu. Who's the doctor? Which doctor has the general doctor in the operation is the one to refer, not any other small doctors. Nobody.
So eno na confirming ddala kituufu wafuna injuries and everything. Good. So they ne bakaculatinga ne compensation joino okubeera ng'owe.
Guidance, which is the other convention.
Did anyone in Uganda, abakulembeze wa CDF obani, the coordinator of the Amisom wano mu Uganda, did they know about this?
They are very well aware.
Okay. So the documentation does no zadwalire eri egondi eri e Kenya.
Kenya when again.
Yeah, very good, from 30th April 2015. Okay. Not Dio 13th 11. Okay.
November.
Yes, this is November 2015. Okay.
Unfortunately, they leave the nanning.
But all the
offsheet, I have it, but I've forgotten it.
But all the documentation zikakasa nti etsonga emanyiddwa era yes.
Neno nempanikira Joint Chief of Staff.
Air Force Wing.
Yes, me. That's where you are.
Okay.
Then I write to the Joint Chief of Staff
of UPDF.
Yes, UPDF takes over all Chief of Staffs of all other units.
This is September 2020. Wajiwandikira nengo maze okuwandikira President wamuwandikira mu July ne mu October no wandikira Speaker mu October 2020.
Yes.
So before okuwandikira Speaker wawandikira ne Joint Chief of Staff.
Yes, kati kuwandikira Speaker when agireta nenji handing over here. Echaddirira kunsiba kuntwala mu kkomera for 21 days, 3 weeks.
So koleke bwandikira President in July.
Ekyo samanya because I handed over to relevant officers. Samanya oba yamutuukako oba teyamutuukako.
Kuba
they received.
Eriko received in the office of the Minister of Education and Sports and of
ate eyo ya nalimpandikidde nawandikira two officers.
Okay, this was through the First Lady.
The First Lady neya President nayo simanyi bamwe erimo.
Yanenga kiraga nti badge receiving office ya.
Even the other one was also received.
Okay.
Simanyi whether
Okay, abatulaba ku mukuto gwa Uganda y'enkya well omukulu Oparm John Oparm Ronald. Yeah. We are following up on this okulaba where we can get how he can get justice kuba everything confirming the documentations that true he sustained injuries while on operation in Mogadishu, Somalia on the 26th day of December year 2015. He started receiving treatment in different actually not different, but in a hospital in Kenya, and of which the documentations are here, which muwechiri. When he came back after receiving or getting off-sheet leave, that was in May 2015.
2015, yes.
2015, yes. No, 2016.
15.
Okay, yeah, 15, yeah, okay. Cooperation yaliwo mu 2014.
2014, what just started off our mission.
Yes, very good. But you gotten the injuries or what? 26th
2014. Very good. 25th December 2014.
No, Chenga igwe injury Obuzibu wabufuna digwo.
26th.
Yes, naili incident yo back Munsasule, of which you were not part in that teaching house. It was on 25th, then 26th. That's when you sustained injuries on in 2014.
2014,
yeah, kakati yawandikira abantu abenjawulo omuli ne Right Honorable Speaker wa Parliament awunja kujjawo ndozo wava Obuzibu ne His Excellency the President nga ayita mu office ya Prime Minister of Education and Sports nga awandikidde First Lady. Okay. Enenga zonna ziraga nti zaali received. Okay, tugende ku eriyo documentation endala yonna omukulu gwe wandikira before like going to the speaker. Okay, so ozo wano okwano mu Uganda ogenzeko ne Rubaga mu Rubaga hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
Mu Rubaga hospital. Ngenda yo. This is the DCAF, Deputy
Chief
Deputy Commander Air Force.
Commander Air Force, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay, gwe yajimuwandikira. Okay. Ngomuwa account on what happened.
We yawulira nti bansibye nga ngenze ku parliament he got interested in the case to know why this has happened. Ate ali mu kkomera kyokka nga eri abadde agenze kusaba ki kunoonya ki buyambi. Kwe kunzijjayo ne bantwala n'aŋŋamba wampandiikira exactly what happened. Kwe kumuwandiikira ebbaluwa. Then he ordered the DLS, that is the Director Legal Services, anoonyereze ensonga zino wezaava ne wezaakoma. No DLS Director Legal Services Air Force n'akola okunoonyereza paka ye Mogadishu n'afuna ensonga nga kyo kituufu baakola si mu butanwa wabula bwali ndoza bugenderevu obutansasula sente ezo up to now have not been considered for compensation.
Okay. Bino byetwogerako bitandikira ddala mwaka gwa 2015 up to now 2015 16 17 18 egyo emyaka gyonna. He has written several letters okulaga nti he has been his communication is formal saako n'okutuusiza ddala obubaka eri abantu ab'enjawulo. Awandikidde president n'awandikira of course the deputy CDF,
yes,
n'awandikira
joint chief of staff
ne joint chief of staff. So jaga tugende ndoza kugundi ya
neno Fwebwe nenjiwandikira Director Intelligence Air Force. Yeah,
this is 2020.
Nene mwandikira nemuwa era weno some copies are given to different yeah.
This is 6th of February 2020, Deputy Intelligence of Air Force.
Director, that's
no, okay, Director. Director Intelligence, okay. Okay.
Kate byonna byonna nga bamaze okufuna report okuva Mogadishu. Chief of Staff Air Force n'awandiikira Joint Chief of Staff nga mulaga byafunye ne byasuubira bali bakole banyambe. Naye since it was received mu April 2021 sifunanga communication. When I went back to him to ask him, he said, I've done my work. Wabula genda where I sent the letter. When I took ayo bambuzabuza tebana kufuna baluwa eyo, tebana kugifuna baluwa. Then oluvannyuma after some 2 weeks ne bankubira esimu tebagifunye naye bagisindise wa chief personnel.
Tugende ku ebbaluwa eyinza okuba nga ereeta obuzibu ekyakuviirako n'okusiba 21 days 3 weeks. Wewandiikira Speaker's office or Right Honorable Speaker by then.
Yes.
This is 2020, Rebecca Kadaga. Buli kimu n'okisaamu okay ng'osaba ne assistance to pay back 48 millions to the money lenders. This is 2020. From 2015 we wewolera sente ziri. Okay. I have attached all relevant documentations to this petition. Okay. Okay, we no more everything. So, therefore, I seek for your intervention in the matters the authority that authorized my deployment to Somalia under Amisom for the following: the monthly allowances of USD 5,520 for the 6 months between June to November 2015. Like, why don't you claim for the money from 2014 September?
Batugamba nti batandika okubala ebbanga lyo for your service when the main body has all been flown to the operation.
Okay.
Nenga sibukyali other persons are paid for that. Nenga bagamba mbuno commanders bokaboka nensuubira money comes but maybe enakama kubo.
Emyezi egyesatu September, October, November.
Yes.
Okay. We shall ascertain tujja kutegeera nja kwogera n'abakulunda be how oba bwe kibeera for the 6th month between June to okay that I stayed in Somalia or on admission. So tibakusasulako December, January, February, March,
April
ne May. Naye okuva mu June to November gundi we yali eggwerako
mu budde obwo
kitebazi kusasula.
I was languishing in the hospital with a lot of pain.
The compensation of USD 50,000 United States, okay, for the permanent incapacitating injury that I suffered while on duty. Assistance to pay back, okay, the 48 million due to the money lenders, relatives and friends. Okay, this is the total I have appealed to civil officers, but none has come up to assistance or even reply any of my letters. Okay. So when you wrote this, you copied this to the Office of the President, the Attorney General, Joint Chief of Staff, Director Amisom, and Honorable Wesorot Municipality. So this is 26th October 2020.
Yes.
Reaction je wafuna yali yakusibibwa.
Yakunsiba mukomera kumala na kwa abiri mulumu. Choka the condition ye komera njimanyi. You don't have where to sleep. The leg
bakusibira mukomera ki
Katabi.
Okay.
Military barracks. Cells.
Nga bakulu bakugamba bakusibidde ki?
Banzijja bujja waka tukusibye. Bawule binawulirangako mu nkubo. Look at this fool. How can he go and allow party agent tegakola ki? That's what I could do here. Then MLI 21 days. Then I employed a lawyer through my son. We again wa fund CDF. Then was a funding hose. Namugamba, if you don't release that person, omusango ngutwala mu court. Unconditional on 21st
of okay, mwaka chogo.
Of last, that is 2020.
So bakusiba 2020. Okay, after doing okay. Bakusiba mwezi ki mu October.
November. I demobilized the lawyer. Atwalo wadinchali mukomera atwalo musango mu court. Nagende wa CDF. The fund mukozi. The CDF, the then CDF. I was therefore released unconditionally. Nenzira waka kugulunga kuzimbi ate buto kunuma ne bampita kumbuza kiki kyowulira
bani abakuita
medical service ya Air Force. Nembagamba ekiriwo. They referred me to Kisubi. They took an X-ray. Ne balabanga the leg had again disintegrated, which had been grafted. So ne bampa ebaluwa gende bombo. They could not handle it. Kwe kunsindika erubaga. Ne bakola operation which led to total knee replacement. Yes, sir.
Okay. So bino byonna biva kugundi ene balwa gye wawandikira speaker.
Yes.
Okay.
Naye nga mu bino binawandika muno tena ekimu kyabadde okukolebwa.
So otuse okugira mawulire nga buli kimu okigezezzaako nga
buli
kigaanye.
office yonna ngigezezzaako biganye. Wabula nene baluwa our Air Force Chief of Staff gyewandikira Joint Chief of Staff to institute in case a board of inquiry to ascertain what happened. Tevanga mukalungi konna
Akakiiko bakasawunira temuli kyavaamu.
Baba akasawo tebampa information okumanya kiki kibazudde oba kiki kigenda mu maaso. Kati okusinziira ku mbeera gye ndimu obulumi bwe ndimu Bamanilenda, they are not threatening, but they are dragging me to court so that their money is paid. My relatives seen a clear relationship, communication nabo kuba balinga bagamba nalya sente zaabwe kati nze ndi bulungi bo babo n'abaana tubagenda ku masomo because they gave me their money. Nze nango obulumi stress as such. Upon hearing such things, I'm stressed up. The leg pains, the medication they are strong medicines which have very many side effects. If you see this leg, it's now swollen.
Yeah.
Not because of actually poor feeding and the management of the to suppress the side effects of the medicine. Kati nemba ngambona abona kweku to use this platform. Not with the bad intention either to tarnish the name of the institution.
Oyagala kubeera nga ofibwako ensonga kubeera nga
yes. Relevant offices. Kuba abantu bempisemu, sometimes they bar me from going to relevant offices Buyambi. Nsigalirawo. So my request here is to ask the gallant sons and daughters of this nation who really value the noble work services we render to this country. From external aggression like the Al-Shabaab to come up, help me, reach me either in these offices of the president or to take back the information to the speaker, the right honorable speaker, or to land force my commander, CDF commander, or any office which can help me in case this information had not reached their desk.
So kuva lweba kusiba up to now you've not done anything like okuddamu communicating n'abantu bonna.
Okay. It is now I left the office of the Air Force to communicate to the authorities.
But still wotukidde wano era nga tewali
teri na kintu kyonna era siri kuba lumu nagezaako to pursue that letter. I was brought aside and oli nangamba, please, you are warned never to come back here. Eyo kyaliwo mbuya. Kati I'm left in a state of not knowing what next. Because I don't know how and where to get that information, which could do relatively. Ekyembadde nsirikidde ebbanga eryo nalyonna from 2014 until now. Nga saagala kugenda to use maybe such a platform nga nsaba wabeereyo omuntu who can help me to administer such a situation.
Okay. Loza abakunja funa akadde njogereko ndoza n'omukulu ayogerera Majje tulabe like whether kiki tebasobola okuzza kwa kiki ekisobola okuddirira okulaba nga omwami ono afuna obwenkanya. So right now the total sum of the money
kati zakyuka. It's not what is on the paper now.
Because this is 2020.
Kati zakyuka. Kati ekyo kyo we shall now talk and negotiate nga tumaze okutuuka nti the relevant office.
Now embeera gy'olimu, how do you survive as a person? How do you survive
waliwo
now?
Omusaala ngufuna
ogw'okubeera mu service kakati.
Yes. Naye it is
ebiri ebya Somalia ebyaki bino.
Naye mutono kwalikani however nesola zikwatako tezimala not even enough okwata sente okusasula baki bali abamanja.
So you just use it to run your day day-to-day life.
Kati nemba nga almost ndi mu dduka wakasibeerayo kuba n'emikwano gyange ne benkola nabo kugamba I'm at a state of despair. Simanyi kyakozaako.
Tujja kunoonya ku abakulu abatwala ebinja bino byayogedde okusingira ddala CDF okulaba even nayogerera Majje. Very good. The authorities, the concerned parties, the concerned persons, okulabanga to pursuing okulaba justice, whether he gets justice and his money as he claims. Nabyonna nga we biri wanene kyetujja okubeera nga tukola. Katusoke tukome waneno bwe tunafuna ate nja kununyanuza kwa Fan Felix Kulaija yogerera noza kati Majje. Yes, very good. Ujja kulaba engeri tusobola okubeera nga tuwuliziganya n'abantu abalala okulanga ate office ono afuna obwenkanya. Manyo abantu amuwa abatuukidde nga kati CDF aliko ne Command of Land Forces Muhoza. I don't know kuba olinga from 2020 ataddamu ku engaginga bantu muntu yenna.
Mbadde sinaba kuba engaginga okusinziira ku baluwa Chief of Staff gye yawandiikira Joint Chief of Staff Air Force. Yawandiikira Joint Chief of Staff. Mbadde sinaba nga ninze the outcomes of that letter, which I was warned never to pursue over it. Naye ekyo kyo tekina kyekintiisa okusaba other officers like the right honorable Anita Among to intervene, as my CDF Pandembadi to intervene, the Command Land Forces, Pandem Kanyarwaga Mohoz, General Salim Sale, Buyambi, kubanga Somalia wemba tugenze. I don't go there for my personal business. I don't go for a picnic. Wabula ngenda ku service ya nation. When funa yabuzuka kati my family is suffering. Kato nembanga as if nakola nga sisimidwa kinakola kinatuusayo as such. Webanga waliwo a case I to answer. Ekyo nakyo that is through justice. Balabe ekigenda maaso so that we see what is happening. Nenga nsabye mu office ya president agenda to take up such issues banyambe. Yes,
all right, katusubire nti omulanga gwono abakulu abogeddwako okuva ddala ku CDF Commander Land Forces n'abalala bonna bali concerned okubeera ng'ensonga y'omukulu ono Oparm Ronald ewulirwa w'abantu bangi nnyo babadde mu mbeera bw'eti era tuzze tulaba ab'enjawulo bajja ba complaining nga baali mu missions baba ali mu Majje nenga bagamba oba claiminga nti they didn't get their remittances oba n'ebintu ebifaanana ng'ebyo. It is the same case. So tusaba abakulu muveeyo mbeewo kye mukolawo ku nsonga eno.
Uganda y'enkya.